guys, Dave and Len here again. Len went to Aircon, so he's going to let us know how it is. It's a little convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where they play airplane miniature games and airplane war games and stuff. You put on a game, didn't you, Len?
Yes, I did. Now, one thing, I had for the second year in a row, I had too much fun at Aircon that I forgot to take pictures. So I can. What I played. There was one guy game testing his new system. It's World War I combat.
Come on, Abby, stop that.
And Pete and I agree. He's got a lot of new ideas. It's going to be a very challenging game. It's one of those where you're going to need a few games to get it straight. But he has all sorts of factors to put in. There's lots of decisions to be made. So, which can be my philosophy is the more decisions you make in the game, the more you're going to love playing it over and over again.
Sure, I like games where you get tough decisions, where you get into a circumstance where there's like 2 or 3 things you can do, and all 3 of them are negative, so you have to pick the least negative thing. That's situations I like in games quite a bit, the hard choices.
Yeah, and I haven't seen all of the system. He hasn't quite put a name on it yet, so he's probably a good idea to play test it some more, see how fast people can learn it.
Yep.
Then I played Pete's card airplane game. And unlike previous times, I actually did good. I shut down 2 planes. I lost my wingmate.
What was he playing? Wings of War or something?
His game, I don't know what he calls it. It's where you.
Oh, it's one that he made.
Yeah, you lay out the cards. Of course, now I'm looking back, and I had 2 Albatross D2s, and I'm facing SE5s with a height advantage. I'm lucky to have survived. Yeah, and this had, what the scenario was, this is based on a real incident where albatrosses are escorting the first sample of Fokker D7 to Richthofen's squadron, and they were attacked by SE5s. Now, he managed to get the SE5 off, so the German side got points for that, but we lost 3 of our aircraft. Of course, they lost. They lost 2 of our. They lost 2 aircraft. So it was considered a British victory on points because of that. Todd Fisher, a legendary figure in wargaming.
Yeah, he's the guy who owned the Emperor's headquarters. I don't know if you guys ever saw ads for them in the magazines, but that was a historical wargame store they used to have in the Chicagoland area.
And actually, it was amazing. He learned the game really fast. I think it was a debate between him and the other guy on the British side.
So Todd Fisher was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He learned it real fast. And then I played my aerial warfare series. We had a P-47N, the long-range P-40, escorting a B-32 Dominator to attack the Reich. He intercepted with a DO-335, the Arrow. And through maneuvering, he got enough hits on the B-32 to force it to abort the mission. Had engine hits, and managed when he made the second hit. One thing I found out is the P-47 in a dive really goes fast, and I was about to overshoot him. That I had to put my nose up to bleed off speed, and we concluded from there it would take me about, he'd had 2 turns in which to get out of there. And the DO-335's fastest piston engine of World War II, so we figured by the time I leveled off and started he'd get enough speed to outrun me. Now, at that point, he didn't have to do anything more.
Did you guys play any non-airplane games there? Or?
No. There was one, people playing Wing Leader. That's a GMT game. It's very unusual. You command squadrons, not individual aircraft, and you have the side profile. Now, they have assured me that it's a simple game, but to me it looks a little more complex. Of course, it may be because it's so different from everything else. That's going to take a little while longer.
Yeah, I've only been to Aircon once, but when we were there, I remember one of the games we played was some guy put on Top Gun, the war game, except he did it with miniatures.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting air-to-air combat game because it's all two-dimensional. You really don't take altitude into account, so it's different from a lot of the air-to-air war games in that fashion.
Yeah. Also, there was a group that was playing Fight in the Skies, which is one of the first air combat
Yeah, I
games.
got a copy of it. Actually, I got it up for sale on my website, I believe, if anyone wants it.
I played it last year, and it's like I don't know. It's like the new guy who enters a poker game with real card sharks. These guys knew the rules in and out.
Yeah, well, there's also a video game. I don't know if you can call it a video game version of a program where you can play it online with other people.
Yeah, because these guys have been probably playing it for decades.
Yeah.
Legend is it's the only game that's been played at every Gen Con.
It's probably true, too. Yeah, when I played it, I had played against some people online. It was for GaryCon during the pandemic when GaryCon got canceled and they had a virtual GaryCon, so we played that online.
Yeah, so I was busy with the other games, so I didn't take part, but the guys knew the games. It was like, okay, well, what am I doing? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, when somebody does a half loop and then does a partial shot or something, I'm thinking like, what? But I could, if I rolled a reaction roll, I could jink and avoid it or whatever. So, all right.
All right, guys. We just wanted to let you know how Aircon was. Have a good evening.
Mm-hmm.